Welcome to this Let's Play where we are taking a look at the new campus DLC for Cities Skylines. And you can see here I've just got the end of year academic report, and my university has now got back up to the level 4 acclaimed. If you watched the previous video, you will be aware that I actually dropped down because I wasn't able to get enough students. So you can see we've now got up to 1,637 students. So the university is increasing. We've got 3D printed sports trophies. We won a sports trophy, okay. And we had a toga party for our new graduates. So things are looking up. Now in this part, what I want to do is start thinking about creating a new high-tech university town over here, which will be separate from this city here. So it's effectively going to become a tale of two adjoining cities. Now the problem we're going to have over here is attracting new residents in here, because you can see we've got a little bit of residential demand, a bit of a commercial, but building a completely new city out here is going to be a little bit tricky. So I'm going to take this nice and slow. So probably much of this video will be taken up with planning. But before that, I want to talk about a couple of things that came up in the comments, mainly from Snafu, and he asked some very important questions. And the first one he asked was about libraries. Now, libraries were revamped as part of this DLC. In fact, the whole education system was revamped as part of this DLC. And you can see there's now actually a tab that says public libraries, and there's now a record of people using them. And I was looking at this because the question Snafu asked is, do these have a direct effect on improving education? And he says there, the library gives a small bonus to education within radius. And I think this libraries work in a similar way to the education worked in Sim City, which is it affects the radius they're in. So when you're placing a library, you need to get in this area. And what we're going to do here, and this is actually showing availability. So if we put that in, let's see what effect it has on this area here. Because yeah, I mean it's improving, and I wonder if it's saying availability, so it is providing some education bonus, but I don't think it's actually brilliant. I mean, I've got a capacity of 600. This is one of the things about Cities Skylines that sets it apart from, say, SimCity, is that your residents will travel to gain services as long as you've got the communication, and of course as long as your city is not actually bogged down with traffic jams. Keeping traffic flowing is very important in this game. Okay, and let's just put I think we'll put a more traditional elementary school in here. We're just going to have to knock down a few. I'm just going to drop that in there. I mean, let's have a quick look at the transport system. We've got tram line there and tram connection over there. We've got tram connection there, got connection here. Could probably do with, we got a public library, high school here, and we've got two. And what I could do, I mean, let's give this a whirl, guys. I mean, this is the residential area. Just put one in there. Put one in there. I don't know if ordinary people can catch school buses, but that'd be close to there. And then we're just gonna bring that back to there, like that. And this is the line here. And if we make this a purple, where is it? We'll make this into a school bus as well. That a school bus? I want that. That's it. Actually, that's purple. Let's change that to maybe a bit more of a sky bluey type effect there, and maybe that will bring more students up to this area here. But although this is filling up already, so we do have a bit of an education problem. I mean, I could, but at the same time, the problem seems to be over here. Let me just see. Maybe it'd be better if I actually expand this area a little bit. So let's just knock this area out. I'm getting to the edge of this map here, but I mean, I could expand across the railway line here. Let's just get over here and down. Although that would be my only access road, which could be a little bit problematic. So maybe I don't want to go over this area unless I have to. And I think what we will do is put another school in here. And we're just going to a little bit more high density up here, like that. And that will suck up that area there. Maybe... how's the... we got the... so we could put a... I think we're just going to put an ordinary bus service. Oops. And what we'll do is put an ordinary bus service. We got a bit of a water problem over here as well. If I put a bus service in here like that, maybe we'll have one going back the other way. I don't think we're going to make this into a school bus service. We're just going to... I want that next to that over there. And you can come up to there. That's a bit too close. I think we can just go with that. And have to out 440. Just cover that area there. And hopefully that will suck up some of the high school. Again, the high school's we've got a problem with high school over here, so maybe if we drop the high school in there as well. But then sometimes it takes a little while for things to actually take effect in this area. When you put out a new area, education does take a little while to settle down. Have a quick check of our university. I think we need to maybe fund some more there. So we need 2 more works. When a student capacity is growing, we're losing money, but I don't care. I'm a great believer in free education. I think one of the greatest investments any country can ever make, invest by giving free education to everyone. The higher the education you can get into your younger generation, the more. I mean, the way you got to look at it is a generational investment. The country spends money, they educate their younger generation. You have a highly educated workforce, and that workforce makes money or makes the country grow in the long term when the next generation comes through. I received the benefit of a free education in the UK, and all this thing about tuition fees and universities got to pay for themselves, I think is just so short-sighted. It's ridiculous. Anyway, that's my little bit of a pulpit for today. And we got garbage piling up here. It's a little bit of a warning sign that I want to do, and I'm getting a bit distracted, guys. I will talk about the second issue that I do want to talk about, but I just want to fix it. Now we got garbage there, so why are we a bit of a garbage dead spot here? But that's the university. I think we're okay. Let me just check this here. I think we're just gonna. I think I can afford to empty that now. I'd just like to get rid of that so that it stops contaminating my city. Now the next point that Snafu brought up was industries. Now, if there's one thing that really bugs me in this game, and that is the way that the raw materials are produced in this game, because I show you the natural resources. Now, forestry and farming are okay because they never seem to do, but like here we got a tiny little patch of oil over here.
Warning.
Oh, great.
Experts predict an earthquake
Thank you,
hit
game.
the area soon.
Great, thank you, game. Now I've got this little patch of oil here, and if I spent a lot of time and effort trying to get out here to put an oil extraction on this, it's just a waste of time. It's the same with the ore over here. You've got ore deposits, but you build an industry on there, and literally within a very short period of time, all those ores are extracted, and then you're back down to doing exactly what I'm doing over here, which is importing. So the best way I've found to approach the specialized industries, and this relates particularly to oil and ore because the rest are okay, and that is that if you build enough of the oil import things like the factories to produce the resources that you actually need to supply your large factories. So like here, I've got plastics coming in for the clothing factory, and that's what you want to do, is just keep this small when it comes to oil and ore, because as Snafu pointed out, that because you're importing the oil, you can very quickly clog up your roads with all imported oil tankers. It comes there. So where the heck is my earthquake? Oh great, is it here?
Earthquake is occurring.
Yeah, but where?
Don't panic and wait for help if you are in the affected area.
Why isn't it taking me to the earthquake if I just... Is it not in the city? Okay. Well, it's a big earthquake. I mean... Okay, the risk is there. There it is. I was looking at it, I just didn't see it. I was actually quite lucky, but it's actually damaged my highway here. So we need to get this repaired ASAP, because that will very quickly produce a tailback. So we got another lovely crack in the ground here. We got away with that very well, actually. So back to industries, yes. So as I say, Snafu was very right in pointing out that the traffic will build up. This is the reason why when it comes to oil and ore, what I do is I always try and build it close to a direct highway link, so they have their own highway link in, like I've done here. I mean, I could have pushed it up further, but I put it here. But I only do enough so to support the so obviously earthquakes trigger fires. Do I have fire services here? Sorry, I keep getting distracted. Wow, that's a major fail, guys. We need the firehouse going. Yep. Yeah, and as long as you're supplying the specialist buildings, like in this case with plastics and petroleum, yeah, I mean that's enough. And of course, so you don't want to go for overcapacity. Even if this area is losing money, I mean, where I can never find the tabs here. There it is here. So we're making a small profit anyway, and that's what you want to do for the profit-making businesses. What you want to do is focus on the farms. So I don't know how much profit here or what we got here. Oh, it looks like we're gonna have to rebuild the metro station. Of course, our what we call it have been out in force. What we got here, yeah. So we're gonna have to check the underground. And this is one thing about earthquakes, that you can get destruction which will go below ground. Yeah, but we didn't lose any lines. Let's check the water lines. We didn't lose any water pipes or anything like that. Okay, good. Yeah. But your real money's... Oh, look at that. So, ready for rebuilding. That should rebuild itself. So my disaster recovery teams are working very high. I can't see. Sorry, I'm flipping across the screen. Yeah, so the area of effect was a lot wider. Luckily, it didn't destroy that, but then I've got a second disaster response over here. Yeah, so your real money spinners are things like this over here with the toy factory. So like you can see, the toy factory is getting enough plastics to... you're not getting paper. Okay, we got an issue here. I need a... So, and we got loads of... Let's see what you're not short of. Oops. Your paper, so we need a paper mill. We need some more paper mills. Right, let's just see. Okay, I will get to I think what we can do is just push this out like that. And maybe across like that. And how big is a paper mill? Recycling center. Engineering wood plant. That makes planks. I think this makes paper, does it? Wow, that's gonna. We could. I think what we can do is if I come here, we put a road around like that. Maybe we can get. Just drop a paper mill in there. Actually, just drop 2 in, 1 on each side, like that. And we've broken the power lines, so actually we don't need those power lines now. We'll just get rid of those. And I suppose we better check the water supply. Yep. And because we got a big pile of raw products here, it's 95% full, so maybe we need some extra storage as well. So I think we're back that up there. Storage, or log yard, wood chip storage. Yep. Okay, let's put another large log yard up there, and we'll put some. Maybe we'll put some wood chip storage over here. I don't think we actually had any wood chip storage, have we? So that's full. So this will eventually pick up the extra production there, and that will pull out what the logs that are produced here will get stored in there, and then that will come down here, make paper, and then that will then run our biomass plant here, forestry workers barracks, and then that should get my printing press running. Let's just check the toy factory here. Hopefully eventually that will get the toy factory up and running as well. I think that covers all the comments, guys, and I do appreciate your comments, and I will always try and give you answers if you've got any questions. This area is running quite well. I don't want this to run too fast. We've got lots of demand for commercial though. Trouble is, where can I put it? Let's have a look at. We don't have. I mean, I could put a little bit more commercial out here, but I would not want to actually connect through. Maybe we'll just hook in some there, but I wouldn't want to. Do I need those power lines? I can still hear my emergency response helicopters flying around. Let's just take that out, and just going to. It's a one-way road, and I think we can just put a bit more high-density commercial in here. I don't want any on these roads here, and that should feed into there. Maybe we'll just stick a little bit more up here just to fill this area in, and maybe a little bit more onto here. I don't want to create too much here. I put a couple of footpaths in here as well, just to tie up here. Industry wise, just put a little bit of industry in here. Or offices, not industry. Well, offices, industry, it's the same thing. And maybe we'll just put. And we'll just use this to suck up some of this area here. Actually, what we could do, how's the coverage here? Okay. So, and this is one of the problems of this game, is you can get a little bit distracted once you get into things. Right, we're producing crops. What's the storage like? Yeah, we got loads of crops, so we really need something that's going to consume. And we've got animal products. Got a geothermal plant in the middle there. So we got flour. Maybe what we'll do is just drop in a a little bit more. Yeah, got a milking parlour and maybe we'll just drop a large grain silo in here. And do we have any specialised buildings here? We've got a lemonade factory, but that needs glass, and we're not producing ore at the moment. Soft paper factory. So don't really have the space over here for a soft paper factory. Wow, that's big. That is very big. I think we're going to leave the soft paper factory just for the moment, because I do want to make a start on laying out this new city over here. Now, ideally, I would love to buy this tile or this tile. In fact, how far off am I from here? 58,000. Right, guys. A little bit of an executive decision here. What I'm going to do is wait until we've got to here. So what we're going to do is just nudge this population along a bit. I'm just going to speed up a bit, actually. Just realised I've been playing on slow speed. So what we're going to do is work on the city here. I mean, we got Underhill Hills here, which is not a very happy place for some reason. Let me just... Oh, because it's got nobody living in it. Okay. Let's just... What you got here? Actually, let's just push this out that way, like this, and then we're gonna come through. I think what we're going to do is come like that, like this, across like that, and we're going to go high density commercial there. These actually have, no, these don't have traffic lights on. I think I didn't put the traffic lights in. And then what we're going to do is come out like that to there, like that. And we're going to come out again. I'm not going to knock the rock down. We're just going to work round the rock. Right, that's 1.5. And then we're going to come like that. Nope, one more across like that. And then what we're going to do is drop a whole raft of... Actually, nope. Change of plans again. Sorry, Underhill Hills. Push you back to about here, like that. And then what we're going to do is industry specialization. I can never remember which one's which. Yeah, that's it. So we're going to make this into an IT cluster, like this. And we got no water, as well saying. So, actually, no, now of course what we're going to have to do is put in some connection. Now we've got this connection coming out this way from there. So what we can do is extend the metro. And we could stick in that there, and like that, and yeah, coming that way. Okay. That's in the wrong place, so but we might be able to sneak this through, but it's going to be a little bit messy. What is built here? This is residential, isn't it? Oh, it's not, it's commercial. Okay. And I think what we can do is get, oops, okay, there's no road here, so what we're going to do is sneak a road across like that, and we've got metropolis. Actually, that's the word. Sorry, brain disconnected from. Yeah, so that's there, and what we're going to do is connect you to there, you to there, you to there, and you to there. Then we're going to hook this up. What's that? Okay. And then we're going to hook you and drag you all the way round to here. We're going to hook you up like that, and you up like that. Oops, no, no station there. And then is that it? No. Okay. We put you back in as a connection there. So this is going to run backwards and forwards here to here. And just going to. Now I could put a road connection there, but if I put a road connection there, that's going to be too close to that junction. So what we're going to do is come here. And
warning. Experts predict an earthquake could hit the area soon.
6.8 this time. And where's it? I mean, I've got earthquake detectors. Okay, what's my earthquake detection like? Emergency services. I'm sure I put down earthquake detectors. Okay, just put a couple of earthquake detectors. Right down near mine.
Earthquake is occurring. Don't panic and wait for help if you are in the affected area.
Okay, so it's obviously we got a fault line running down through here. And of course we got water's disruption here because the earthquake's going below the surface, so we're going to have to look at that. So luckily it's in a remote area, so we're not going to get any flooding. Okay. And what we're going to have to do is get these roads, get the traffic flowing, and just better make sure we haven't lost any pipelines. No, I think that's good. So we're doing quite well. We're being reasonably safe at the moment. And what I want to do is just connect in this underground station or metro station. And we're going to use the old Arc Dodge. I think that should pick that up. That will make this a bit of a high value area here. That should pull in people. And I did build that path, didn't I? Yep. So people can come out of this metro station, cross the road here, walk down to this metro station, which will then take them into our new park here. I mean, I could another thing we could do, because we got well, we don't have anyone working up from here. We don't have any real residential over here, and we don't have any real connections through to here. We're gonna have to rely on the metros to. Part of my instinct says to hook across here like this and down, because people cannot walk over highways. And I think having a good height, maybe we'll put another one here. I'm just going to come over like that. And down here. So that will provide a more direct link from this metro station over here for people who want to get into the high-tech area. I've got very distracted and we haven't really made much progress, so what I'm going to do is we're just going to make a decision on my instinct is to unlock this tile up here so that we could get a road connection in from here, and maybe a road connection here and a road connection there, and then we can build out this way. I mean, although alternatively, if you just have a quick check of the terrain. What's the terrain like here? This is actually quite reasonably open and flat actually. That's quite interesting actually. We've got two rail lines come in and join there. That's could be a bit difficult from a perspective of how far have we got to go for? So we got to get to 75,000 and then we can unlock anything we want, monuments and cargo airports. I think what I'm going to do is we're going to unlock this tile here, because that, I think that's going to be more useful, because then we can put a proper road connection in here leading into this new town. Now it's going to take a little while to build this town up, because what's happening is this city is still growing up, absorbing the residential population, so it's going to take a little while to attract people into the city. So that's something we're going to need to bear in mind as we build the city up. I think just to get this part underway, or get the city underway, what we're going to do is put a I don't want any road connection coming into here, but we could actually. No, we got this traffic here, and we turn this to our advantage by creating a highway junction into here. The trouble is I don't want to create a rat run. Right, let's just a bit leery about that, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to knock out this area here like this, and get a nice big clover leaf in here like that, and then we can hook in. We'll just take out this area here like that. Go freeform with the highway, and that will come up to there. Actually, I mean, it's not going to be perfect, but we can just back that through like that, and just stick this back a little bit. And we'll just freeform in like, whoops, come on game, don't mess about. I'll freeform in like that. Reverse this flow like that. That can then start everyone running up, and what we'll do is we'll send the railway underground. There's the rail link there, so you come up that way. That gives the rail line, and more importantly, it means I can keep an eye on this junction here, and then kind of I bring this into here. That may cause a problem, because that will then but then again that may take, I mean, this junction's not under a massive amount of pressure, but my instinct is that I would want to make a connection through here. So I think what we're going to do, just to wind this video up, is I'm going to put up a road here, and I'm going to put another like feeder roundabout here. And we're going to go for about 180. Yeah. Oops. Could be a bit wonky because the snapping was off, but we've got a bit of an issue with the ground level here, so that could be a problem, but we've got loads of cash, so if necessary we can just delete it and redo it. Nice thing about City Skylines that you can just read it, and I've done the roundabout the wrong way round. I think when I do my next playthrough I'm just going to do right hand traffic and accept that I've got a bit of a and then what we're going to do is, and this is where it could be a little bit icky, I think. Can we get you? Okay. It's just you flow out like that. Maybe we can get in a little bit closer. No, because it's a bridge. Yes, let's go straight, I think. That's going to give me that type of bridge. Okay. We'll just have to live with something like that. That will now flow into there. And then what we will do is connect you to there like that. Looks like my disaster helicopters, or I'm just going to stick you out like that. So we've now got a connection through to here with a potential to go over here should I need to. It also allows me to put a feeder road up into here, and in fact what I could do while I'm thinking about it is paint industry area, extend the industry area out here like this, and of course because we've got the tiles give me a little bit of a benefit over here now, so we can expand this way a little bit. And how big was that? What was it we're after? Soft paper factory. Wow. Okay. Now we've got to be very careful. Trouble is, if I create a road through here, the traffic coming through here will then start to come up around there. Maybe I didn't really need to build this roundabout, and it could be a problem. And let's just put a, I think what we're going to do is put the soft paper factory. And that's not gonna. What we're going to do is go this way, I think. Straight road. You're going to come out like that. And then we're going to reverse you. And then what we're going to do is put the... It's already occupied, wow. I think we're just going to put the soft paper factory on its own little spur here. And you can... And what we're going to do is come up there, like that. And where's the... Let's check the... Metro station runs over there. And so... What we're going to do is put a footpath connection through to here. And we're going to need water. think we can just water in like that. And power, you can just run across to there like that, power that up. Why you oh, probably because this is still, we're just gonna we can just run this back this way like that. So we've got this in here now. So this needs, in some ways this is good, well placed, because we can bring the petroleum products round and deliver into here, and we get the crops and other items to come through here. We're not establishing a link through here, so that means that the traffic will still follow the highways round. We could, the only real problem now is going to be workers. Workplace is 61, but I think that will work, guys. I mean, I could be, I'm going to do something a bit wacky now. See if I can find it. That's actually an end of line. Okay, got the wrong one. Yeah. Build an end of the line terminal there, and an end of the line. There's a metro station there, but we're not going to be able to get, put one there, can't we? And what we should be able to do is, that's going to come through the power lines. Now, I know most people associate cable cars with going up hills, but in City Skylines, cable cars can be a pretty useful way of providing a public transport link to bring workers in, but effectively stopping them using roads. We can get rid of that now because we're not going to build a road there, so that can go. Yeah, so cable cars can be a very sneaky way of providing people, workers here. So what we got now is we got the metro station here. People will walk down, they will catch the cable car down to here to find a job, and so they're not going to actually, so the line's not going to be very busy. But as you can see, instead of building I mean, I could have built a footpath through here, but why not? The cable car's a bit of fun, isn't it? And eventually, so that should bring down the workers in here to get this working. I mean, workplace is 61. So yeah, we see we've now got the resources coming here. We're making some cash, so that's working well. We've got our first road connection into here. What I will do is think about how I'm going to plan this city, but time's pushing on, guys. This is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. Apologies that I didn't really start to build this city up, but this is going to be very much a slow progress academic year. So we're now prestigious. Okay, we've now reached the top levels. We've got trade school, academic statue 2, school of engineering and trade school, media lab, technology museum, beach volleyball club. Okay, so what we're going to do is expand the university just to make sure, yeah, we've got a level, our first level 5 there. So let's just get in an academic work, just because now what we're going to have to do is actually keep our university at highest possible level. We've got plenty of campus interest. We'll put some more stuff on there. We can build a museum. I think that's, I'm gonna have to try and find somewhere put one in. I don't know if we can build it outside of the quick check. No, not build on water. Okay, so we don't have to build it inside of the thing. So what, this is right next to this area here, so let's just give a bit of prestige here. Oh, okay, academic work, cultural. So the Technology Museum, the institution that conserves a collection of academic works, increases the city's attractiveness of this building. Okay. Total academic works 18 and 14 there. And I've also noticed this. What was this? All greenhouse. Okay, we better rebuild that. That was a bit of a fail on my part there, guys. Anyway, this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.